Join us on our very first family vacation by public transportation. Since the birth of our son, we had only made one short trip, and that was by car. Unfortunately, as we wanted to go on vacation during the holiday season, we couldn't get a flight for the period we wanted to travel, so we had to take the train. It was the first time in a year that we had used public transportation again, but for Barbie, that had previously been her daily routine. Absolutely. Ah, now we were very excited about the little man, wondering what the long journey would be like. He had never traveled by train before. As there are no longer two of us, we have planned everything very carefully and have taken only the important essentials with us. And off we go to the station. Arrived, and as usual, our train was late. And when it finally arrived, it was so crowded that we didn't fit in, so we had to wait for the next one, hoping that it wouldn't be late either, because otherwise, we wouldn't make it to get our connection train for the long journey ahead of us. When we finally arrived at Munich Central Station, we had to run to the very front of the train because we had a seat reservation so that the little man could move around freely and play without disturbing the other passengers. Our seat reservation was at the family area, and one mother came into the cabin to calm her baby who was crying. And guys, look how curious our little one looks, like he has never cried in his entire life before. Honestly speaking, the little man behaved well during the journey and didn't cry once. I could even read a book and Fred could find some rest.
Only in my crucial moments do they pay attention carefully. The shadows of my past welcome me again with a smile. But something deep within lets me emerge from my
Oh, you see movies recorded? After 6 hours, we finally arrived and we're really looking forward to the hotel as we hadn't traveled for a long time. Above all, Barbie was counting the days and said that she could hardly wait to sleep in a hotel again. And can you imagine? When we arrived at the reception of the hotel, they told us that our name is not in the system. Like, how? And Barbie give our reservation number again, and he says to Barbie, I'm sorry, we rented out the room because you just had a reservation. Like, hello. And you can imagine how we felt the moment we heard this sentence. It was 8 p.m. at night, and we were traveling with a baby and stood in front of the hotel without a room. And because it was too late, we had no other option. Then we quickly booked the hotel for 2 days. And guys, could you believe that Barbie lost her cell phone on the way to the other hotel? Hmm. But thank God we found it again because Barbie quickly noticed that her cell phone was gone. Finally arrived at that hotel, guys. We were so disappointed because the room looked like home and we didn't have the hotel feelings. Our apartment is even nicer and cozier. And the next day, we went for breakfast, and the food from the hotel tasted so awful and had too much food additives. So, we were so unhappy that we went straight to the reception after breakfast and cancelled our stay. After the cancellation, we went back to our original hotel, I mean, where we had our reservation and couldn't get a room. And they had rooms available. So we spent the remaining days of our stay at the Unique Hotel, and we were also satisfied with the size of the room.
I need an intervention.
As soon as we
Divine.
arrived at the hotel, as I have already said, we had enough space and the little boy could move around. And the first thing he did is he stood at the window to see what was happening out there and where he was now. Guys, it was really admirable to see how he perceived his new surroundings. Oh, it's yummy. You're eating breakfast with your daddy?
I need an intervention, divine intervention. Only in my crucial moments do they pay attention carefully. The shadows of my past welcome me again with a smile. But something deep within, something new, lets me emerge from my cocoon. I only have what's right in front of me. Only you know what is right for me. Compromise, compromise, compromise. Improvise, improvise, improvise. I need a nice vacation and pure introspection. There is nowhere else to go, so I'll be coming.
Just take a look at this entrance from our hotel. Barbie took the opportunity to give you a short catwalk and took pictures. I guess she thought for a short moment that she was booked by a model agency for a casting show or something. Guys, look how she's walking upstairs and coming down again. The little boy enjoyed this aquarium so much that Fred stood there with him for a while every morning after breakfast, and the little one was always happy to see the fish. We then met my cousin and went to the Christmas market together. We had so much fun, and afterwards, we ate at the piano.
Yellow one or yellow one. Yeah.
I think his favorite one was the yellow one.
Yeah. What's yellow? Yeah.
All of us enjoyed the breakfast at Unique Hotel so much. It really tasted like homemade food. Sadly for us, our trip was over, and after breakfast, we prepared ourselves to go back home.
Dine, dine. There should be. What is the last name? Open.
My cousin drove us to the station, and we were able to catch our train on time. We had to board at the back of the train because of our reserved seats, and we were probably the last passengers left outside. We finally got on the train, and everyone made themselves comfortable. Fred could have a free hand, and the little one had a lot of fun playing and occupying himself. And after 6 hours journey, we finally arrived in Munich with a delay. But as we know it, there is no journey with Deutsche Bahn without a delay. The worst thing for us was to find out that we couldn't get a connection train because not a single train had left Munich in the last 3 hours. And after 3 hours, a train arrived to take us to our final destination. And look how crowded the station was. Of course, everyone wanted to get on the one train that could leave after a 3 hour wait. So there was hardly any room to get on the train. The police even had to come to ask some passengers to get off the train because the doors wouldn't close. For us, it was the worst thing that could happen to be out so late at night with a baby and not knowing when we could get home. Thank God we finally arrived home after 11 hours spent outside.